Hey there, human tribe. This is Dried Moss with set number 16 of the LEGO Legends of Chima Speedorz set. If you saw set number 9, that was the end of the individual packs. There was a starter set that came with 2. Now we're on to number 16, and again, the reason for the gap is so that LEGO could leave some space in there for sets 10 through 15, so that kind of gives a couple of sets that allow the gorillas and the foxes to take place, so maybe 3 per each, but we'll kind of see how that plays out. But again, this is the Ultimate Speedor Tournament, set number 16, 246 pieces in here. Look at the back there to kind of see some of the things that are included in the box. The only thing that I would say is a little bit different from these sets is, I guess you could, but it doesn't say anything about combining like set number 16 and set number 17. But I guess you could. You could take some like sets 1 through 9 and make an even more elaborate challenge. But let's open this sucker up and let's take a look inside. Alright, so we've opened it up, and this is what this thing looks like. It's a nice large set. This is again the first of the larger sets of the Speedors. This is number 16, so a lot more pieces, 246 total. A little bit of some of the differences that are in this set compared to the individual 1 through 9. There are 12 Chi instead of 6, and it comes with 2 characters. The starter set did come with 2 characters. This set comes with 2 as well. Both characters come with 5 cards each. That's standard. Something different with this set is there's 2 Chi targets. Those are options to make the game a little bit more rewarding. Some of the other things that I liked about it, it's one of the largest builds. I think the lion's, the bust, the mane on the lion is a little bit more realized than compared to, say, Leonidas's set, which is the Chi waterfall, which had sort of a lion's bust on that as well. A little kind of a tower on the waterfall itself. So that was really nice. The 12 Chi are nice. Mentioned that. I do like the dual Chi opportunity, so that's really really good idea there. The paws on the lion are really nice as well. The only thing I would say is it's a little too simple with the designs on some of the Speedors, which we'll kind of take a little bit closer look there. And it's just really a little bit more elaborate than, say, Linux's Jungle Gates. So there's some the game is still going through an arch. You do get to go for the tower in the background once you go through the arch. But let's take a look at the characters real quick. We'll start with Laval. Again, none of these characters have ever been in the negative. I really like all of them. The Chi chest plate is pretty common throughout the series. This guy's got a cape. Let's take a look at the print on the face itself. There's the first print and the second print. A little more confidence there in that grin. That is Laval. And then a look at Cragger. Cragger is from the Croc tribe, obviously. Nice little eye scar there. It looks like he's lost his left eye. The Chi breastplate, common. And kind of like a Cromitus's cape. Let's look at the print on the character itself. It's his face and the second print. So again, unique characters, always a plus with these sets. No negatives there. Let's take a look at Laval's Speedorz. Again, this is one of my cons or my negatives for these sets. I'm on set number 16, and it just looks a little too simple. The design in the back. It's just taken 2 look like mechanical saw pieces and put it on the Speedors. But I mean, maybe they're going for, hey, I mean, the more elaborate they get, the more expensive it might become. But I think they could have come up with a little bit better design on those. But maybe that's explained in the story or the videos. Not quite sure. It's something I have to look at. I mean, I'm not really complaining, but I wish there could have been a little bit something more elaborate on the design of the back parts of the Speedors. But there's the left side and the equivalent and identical left side or right side. and that is Laval's Speedorz. They're not bad. I'm not saying that at all. Don't think I'm hitting on Lego at all. I mean, they're the designers of these, but I'm pretty sure you guys out there could come up with a little bit more fun, stronger, more dominant rear end of these guys. But there's a look at the right side of Cragger's Speedorz. Again, the patterns are identical on either side. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen too much of a difference, maybe in the eyes for the fact that he's lost his left eye, but otherwise the patterns are pretty much the same on either side. And that's Cragger's. The weapons, they both got a light sword. Laval comes with this nice axe spear combination. And again, all the names of these things will be described in the cards when I show you those. Now, I'll show you a little bit closer look after a run through the game itself. I'll show you up close the tower. Let's take a look at the cards. We'll start with Laval. Do a quick time-lapse opening of Laval's cards. Always like doing time-lapse openings of these things. Bam, done, open. Alright, so that is Laval's main card. Let me get a little bit more focus here for you guys. So Laval's cards and some of his stats. Defender. Valius. That's his light sword. Jahak for his axe and spear combo. And Trax. Digging into the ground there. You know, now that I look at this, it looks a little bit backwards. So, that being said, look at that picture, and then I put those things on backwards. So, these axe pieces that I put on Cragger's are actually supposed to be on Laval's. I'll change that later, and you guys can kind of take a look at that at the end of the video. I'll make that correction. But those are Laval's cards. And then a quick look at Cragger's. Another time-lapse video of opening the card sets. And time-lapse video complete. It's Cragger's himself. And then Chompor. So that's sort of a water splash on that tower back there. If you can see in the background, is actually a splash of water. And this is Vengeance for his light or fire sword. The Gronk you on the head. And the Grapt. Wouldn't it be nice if some of these had like a tail, sort of have that? It kind of looks like a tail. I know he's knocking over a pillar, but can you imagine having a tail on the back end of these Speedors? That would be kind of a cool, interesting look, you know, the tail of a croc. And there's Cragger's card again. But I'll change the back of these Speedors, so obviously the back end of this Speedors is supposed to be on the back end of Laval's, but can you imagine like having a crocodile's tail on the back of that? That's sort of I'm sure that might make it a little unstable through its run, but and let's take a quick couple of runs and see what this thing looks like in action. Alright there, Human Tribe. This is a run at the Ultimate Speedor Tournament, set number 16. I'm using Cragger to go through the arch to get the first Chi. If I manage to stay straight, I'll hit the ramp in the back to launch to the water tower for the second Chi. 1, 2, Chi. A success. Alright, something real quick, guys, just to clear up a little bit of discontinuity. You can see how he's got the axe on the back of Cragger's Speedorz and the sort of the saw configuration on Laval's. Now that's from the instruction booklet there, and if you guys look at the actual cards, the cards have Laval with the axes, and they don't have anything with the they don't have the saws on Cragger's set. Hope you guys can see that. But on the front of the box, it actually does have Cragger with the axes, and it actually has Laval with the with what looks like the saws, but that's not exactly how it kind of works out. So I'm going to put this stuff back here and show you what the actual characters themselves look like. Now there's Laval's character, and I'll bring the cards back up here. So that matches his card. So he's got the, sorry guys, so he's got the axes on the back of his, so that kind of matches up with his card. So I think I'm going to stick with that. And then when we look at Cragger, Cragger does not have this set. He does not have the saws on the back of his. Again, it says in the instruction booklet to put the axes on the back. He has more of chrominuses, and I'll show you what chrominuses look like. He has more of those on there. So give me a second. Now that looks a lot more like his actual card. See if I can get a little bit of focus here for you guys. Alright, so now his card looks a lot more like his set. Alright, so that was a couple of runs on the number 16 Speedor set with Cragger and Laval, and that was the Ultimate Speedor tournament. 246 pieces. I'd probably say that this is obviously one of the more elaborate challenged games for the Speedor stuff. Just kind of a recap, I do like the more realized mane than like the Leonidas Chi waterfall. The lion's mane is really nice. The paws are really nice looking. Everything's nice. That's a good word. I'm just going to keep using nice. The dual Chi opportunity, if you can get past the arch and still have momentum to jump the ramp. The rubber feet on the ramp are obviously really nice. One thing I did notice on my runs, I couldn't really jump the ramp until I took this leaf piece off. I actually just took this whole piece off, and they were able to make the jump. For some reason, the having this piece on there would not allow them to jump as easily, but I'm sure if you guys made a couple more runs and you're zipping your Speedors a heck of a lot faster, you might be able to launch up there, but I found it a lot easier just to take that piece off. It comes with a 12 Chi, so that's really nice. A lot of gaming going on there. And overall, it's just sort of a more elaborate Jungle Gate challenge with a little bit of a second challenge there. So overall, I'd give this set 5 out of 6 Chi. 5 out of 6 Chi for the number 16 Speedorz Challenge, Ultimate Speedor Tournament. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate you clicking on the videos. Look for number 17 and the follow-up on all the larger sets. Thanks, guys. I didn't necessarily jump the ramp, but that knocked everything over. So got the first one, didn't get the second one. I didn't necessarily jump the ramp, but I did hit the ramp into the water tower.